So the first and most important point I feel is it stimulates the real product. So some kind of partial product we build during the prototyping, as it gives a kind of real feel of the product, which of the final product basically in the initial stages of the life cycle. So that thing helps clients or users to get a chance to see the product early, so that they can give their necessary feedback to you. So that is very important to create a prototype, so that it gives a very semi partial product at the initial phase of the life cycle. Okay, so the next is to present your work to your customers and users more clearly. So as we all know, having a prototype makes it possible to present your future product to your target audience without spending a hefty amount on it, right? Sometimes a client or a user wants that if they just need a prototype, so that they can just have a look of their future product, and if that product is solving the problem or not. So it gives them the great idea of how your future product going to look like and how it solves the problem basically. So you can and by that showing that product you to their target audience or customers, you can collect their opinions and testimonials, recommendations of all your potential customers, and it could allow you to better prepare for your even pre-marketing actions. So they will tell you like this is the target segment you want to target, and accordingly you can plan your marketing actions to market your product even before it's launching. Okay, so the next is getting quick feedback from your customers. So since the customer or the client basically has a direct interaction with the prototype model which you have shared, so their feedback is much faster. As we all know, the tools we have today, it's very easy to get feedback on them. So these feedbacks are very important since they are taken into consideration while creating the final designs. So the client or customers can quickly provide their thoughts, and we can report the changes required to the project, and we can just modify it accordingly, and make the further plannings accordingly. So this is a very good thing to get some quick feedbacks of what you have designed so far in a prototype form. Okay, so the next is iterate at a lower cost. After taking all the feedback from your potential customer, so we can easily change the prototype and do the necessary change in the design. And it is very easy in today's design tools and in the prototyping tools. And to make it again, to make an optimal product, we can keep doing changes, we can keep taking feedbacks, and we can keep doing the changes to make an optimal product. Okay, so it is also advisable to do every change possible in the prototyping stage to avoid extra cost which may happen in the long run if you miss out on something. So if you miss something basically in the prototyping stage, and then you forget in the developing stage that this feature we have missed, so at that time according to the design it would be difficult for them to make that happen. So it will take a lot of time and a lot of efforts of the developers also. So yeah, so by best possible ways to do and put every feature in the final prototype. Okay, so the next is risk reduction. So the risk of the project with the completed prototyping stage is significantly lower than the projects in which prototyping was not carried out, because prototyping directly affect the most important component of the project, such as resources and time, right? So after creating a successful prototype, most of the hidden problems and functional gaps were definitely found, and therefore it will be easier for you to plan accordingly the development side of the project, and in order to save time and money also. So yeah, and who doesn't want that, right? So okay, so moving forward to the flexibility. So the prototyping model is flexible and easy, especially the tools we have right now is in Figma, Adobe XD. So it's very easy and flexible. It can be easily changed according to the preference and need of the customers, or even if the developer is facing any issue, we can also change our designs. And I mean, for example, if they don't like any particular interaction, or it is difficult to make that, or some part of animation you could feel, so it is easy for us in the design part and in the prototyping part, so we can make that change, right? Okay, So the next is enhance collaboration among your team and members internally. So having a prototype is a big thing. So usually what happens in the big projects, there are multiple designers and people, working on the same project. With such amazing tools we have today, it is very easy to collaborate with your teammates while doing the prototyping, right? So that they can give their own ideas and view, which is very, very important and vital for the product, right? So also not only the designer but even the developers can also collaborate in the final prototyping stage with you, so that they can share their valuable input about the feasibility part of the prototype. And then and that means their information is very important for the product, which leads to a very better product outcomes. So don't forget to add developers to your final prototyping stage. Okay. So the final point is it is quick and easy to create. As we all know, it is very easy to make changes and test new iterations. Here, I just want to tell you that make your prototyping and designs in a systematic way. Don't make them messy. So it will be easy for you to change anything if you want to do in the later stages. Mark every point, write anything, make a note of it, and with every prototype. So it will help you to change anything if you forget, like after 2-3 months. So even then you can do any change in your design and prototype easily. So okay. And obviously use as much as good interaction, because it will make it more realistic and interactive.